Welcome to Chatting with Chuck. I'm your host, Chuck. Today I'm talking with Ken Kao, Director of Product Sales Management at B&B SmartWork. We're going to discuss PoE, which is Power over Ethernet. Hey Ken, what is PoE in regards to switches?
Sure. The PoE stands for the Power over Ethernet. So this is the great technology in the communication world. A lot of people right now using a lot of application for the PoE. So like I say, that's the majority for Power over Ethernet. So the two type of the PoE device you will heard about from the market. The people talking about the PSE is about the power supply equipment. The other device is about the PD, is a power the device. So PSE device is more like an Ethernet switch, PoE injector, or mid-span. Something to provide the power from this end to the other device. This kind of device we call the PSE. The other device we call the PD, powered device. They need the power from somebody else in the end. So that's called a PD, like an IP camera, like a Pentel zone camera, like a printer, like a point of a sales machine. Even for a lot of the LED signboard, right now they're using the PoE technology, but they are the PD device. So the PoE has a two type of PoE equipment. One is the PSE, the other one is about a PD.
Great. Ken, what's the key benefit of doing this?
So, because you heard about power over Ethernet, it means you can deliver the power over the RJ45 Ethernet cable. In the meantime, you also can transmit the power. So the key benefit for this, you can saving your money to you don't need to install the external power for your end device. You can direct to using the standard RJ45 Ethernet copper wire to transmit your data and your power. Then you don't really need to worry about the field, power installation, and you can saving a lot of costs for your wiring, for your power line. That's the biggest benefit. That's reason a lot of application right now they're using the PoE because this already been standard and that's also be pretty reliable.
So Ken, what in the current market, what is the PoE standard?
So this is a two standard because everybody need to follow the same standard in order to provide the safety power into the end device. So this is the two standard we call the IEEE 802.3 AF. That's the majority at the beginning one. And the past 5 years, the IEEE, they also came out with standard called the IEEE 802.3 AT. Majority difference between these two standards is AF, they provide the 15.4 watt at the end device. And for the 802.3 AT, they provide 30 watt. It's more high power usage application, so they define for the AT and the AF. Majority is to define the different power usage for your PoE equipment defined by the IEEE standard.
Right. I'm curious, how was this technology built into an Ethernet switch?
Sure. So like an Ethernet switch, we are majority play the role called the power supply equipment. So we are majority to provide the power. But when you're building the PoE technology inside the Ethernet switch, we make the PoE is more intelligent. So in the other words, you can allocate your right certain power budget. You can allocate, you can control, and you can monitor regarding for all the power supply through the Ethernet cable from switch to the end device. We can monitor for the voltage, we can monitor for the temperature, and we also can allocate the right power budget for the individual device. And also, we can easy to reboot the power the device remotely because the Ethernet switch is kind of the power hoster. We can manage about the power, and we also can recycle power for the connect device to getting getting a power from our Ethernet switch. So I would say we are not only deliver the power for the end device, we also make more intelligent way that people can manage the power allocation, monitor all the PoE status, including the end device. You can easy to repower cycle for your end device when you easy to do something troubleshooting, something alike.
Great. Let's see, Ken, I'm interested in this. How do I choose and evaluate the right switch?
The first one, you need to consider individual connected device. What's the power consumption? What's the power usage? regarding for this connected device. We call it PD, powered device. The first one you gotta be review for this power consumption. So some devices like a standard IP camera, they probably just need a 5 watt. So that you're looking for the PoE switch as long as they support the AF, 802.3 AF, then you're fine. But if you're looking for some kind of high-end camera like we call the Pentel Zone camera, PDZ camera, they're looking for at least 20 watts for that camera. So you need to find your PSE equipment you are able to power from individual port. You can supply the 20 watt. It means you need to looking for the 802.3 AT, because that port, the maximum you can provide 30 watt. So this is the first important thing you need to identify. PoE device, what's the power usage you need? That's the first one. The second one is you need to consider the whole power of the device, how total power consumption from the entire device, because that was involved regarding for how total PoE supply from the Ethernet switch. Take example, if you have the 5 camera, each camera you need the 15 watt. So you have the 5 camera, you need the 70 watt. It means the Ethernet switch need to be able to provide the at least 70 watt plus the individual PoE switch their power consumption. So I was looking for around 85 watt and 90 watt for the total from the switch to your end device, the power usage. So you need to calculate regarding for the total power consumption between your switch and your end device. And the last one, you also need to adjust. Today, you're going to just plug and play for your PoE device, or you're trying to do more management capability. Like at the beginning I mentioned, do you want to allocate your certain power budget for the individual port, or you like to reboot your IP camera, etc. So when you're using the manager switch, you can have more management capability, including the troubleshooting, including the administrator management, including the monitor. So you can get the very, very good benefit for about the managed PoE switch. But for the unmanaged switch, if your application is simple, you just hook up with the point-to-point and just power the end device. You know, the unmanaged PoE switch is the good way to go. Sometimes the people just using the PoE injector to power a single, 2 or 3 device, and they're ready to go. They don't really care about the management capability because their application is really simple. It's not like complicated for multiple camera and multiple system running. So I would say, again, the first one to review regarding for your PoE device, individual, their power consumption. The second one is you need to looking for whole system their power consumption, including the switch as well. Last one is you need to decide today you're going to using the managed or unmanaged, because the managed you can definitely get more benefit. I know the cost is a little bit higher, but consider long run, actually the managed switch give you more capability to do troubleshooting, including can reduce your potential downtime in your application.
Great, Ken. You know, I thank you for taking the time to give us a little insight on PoE, or Power over Ethernet. This has been Chatting with Chuck. I'm your host, Chuck. Thank you for listening.